Have you ever felt like you have big dreams but can't seem to make any real progress? Like you're just drifting day to day? Well, let me tell you a story about a young boy named Ryu. Ryu lived in a small, lively village. He was full of energy, always chasing butterflies or climbing mango trees. He had dreams as big as the sky. One day he wanted to be a scholar, the next an explorer. But Ryu had a problem. He had zero discipline. One moment he'd sit down with his books, determined to study, and the next you'd find him on the roof, flying a kite. His books completely forgotten. His life was a whirlwind of starting things but never finishing them. One evening, while wandering near the edge of the village, Raju noticed someone he'd never paid much attention to before. Gopal Kaka. Gopal Kaka was an elderly, retired army man. He lived a quiet life in a small, neat house. But there was something remarkable about him. Every single morning, like clockwork, Gopal Kaka's day began. At precisely 4 a.m., he would wake up. First, he'd sweep his entire courtyard until it was spotless. Then, he'd do a set of vigorous push-ups. His movements sharp and practiced, despite his age. After that, he would sit on his porch and read for an hour. Finally, he'd tend to his vegetable garden with incredible care. Raju watched this routine for days, completely fascinated. He thought to himself, why does he do all this? He has no boss to answer to, no school to attend, no one putting any pressure on him. The consistency was baffling to a boy like Raju. Finally, his curiosity got the better of him. One morning, he approached Gopal Kaka, who was wiping sweat from his forehead after his push-up. Kaka, Raju asked, why do you follow the exact same routine every single day? Isn't it boring? Don't you ever get tired? Gopal Kaka stopped, looked at Raju, and a warm, knowing smile spread across his face. He gestured for Raju to sit with him. Beta, he began, his voice calm and steady. Let me tell you something about habits. Habits are like farmers. The seeds you plant today are what will grow tomorrow. You might not see a huge harvest right away. It takes time, water, and sunlight. But trust me, one day, the habits you've cultivated will either feed you with success and fulfillment, or they will starve you with regret and missed opportunities. Raju didn't fully grasp the depth of those words right then, but they struck a chord deep within him. Something about the image of a farmer planting seeds resonated. That night, Raju lay in bed, unable to sleep. The usual thoughts of games and fun were replaced by Gopal Kaka's words echoing in his mind. The seeds you plant today grow tomorrow. He looked at his dusty, unopened textbook on the table. It felt less like a chore and more like a seed. The next morning, something inside Raju shifted. He didn't wake up at 4 a.m. Like Gopal Kaka, that seemed impossible. But he did wake up at 6 a.m., an hour earlier than usual. He stumbled out of bed, his mind still fuzzy, and thought about going back to sleep. But then he remembered Gopal Kaka's disciplined face. So, he took a deep breath, went to his study table, and opened his math book. He decided on a small, manageable goal. Host 1 pays, not the whole chapter, just one single page. It was tough. His mind wandered. It felt boring, but he pushed through. After about 20 minutes, he finished the page. It wasn't much, but it was something. He felt a tiny spark of accomplishment, a feeling he hadn't experienced in a long time. He did it again the next day, and the day after that, it was a struggle. Some mornings he wanted to give up, but he'd picture Gopal Kaka in his garden, patiently tending to his plants, and it gave him the strength to continue. He started adding more small habits. After studying, he'd spend 10 minutes tidying his room. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. Weeks turned into months. Raju's small, daily actions started to compound. That one page of math turned into a whole chapter. His slightly tidier room became a clean and organized space. He even started helping his mother with chores without being asked. He was still the same energetic Raju, but now his energy had a direction, a purpose. His friends noticed the change. His teachers noticed the change. He was no longer just the boy with wild dreams. He was the boy who was working towards them, one small step at a time. One day, his exam results came out. Ryu, who had always just scraped by, was now one of the top students in his class. He ran all the way to Gopal Kaka's house, his results sheet clutched tightly in his hand. He found the old man in his garden, surrounded by thriving, healthy plants. Ka. Look, Ryu shouted, out of breath but beaming with pride. Gopal Kaka took the paper, his eyes scanning the grades. He looked up at Ryu, his smile wider than ever. He pointed to his lush garden. "You see, Ryu," he said, "your harvest has begun. You planted the right seeds, you cared for them every day, and now you are reaping the rewards. Never forget this feeling. This is the power you hold within you, the power of your habits." Ryu looked from his results to the garden, and for the first time, he truly understood. His success wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It was the direct result of those small, seemingly insignificant actions he took every single day. It was the compound interest of discipline. This story isn't just about Raju. It's about all of us. We all have dreams, but dreams without habits are just wishes. Think about your own life. What is one small seed you can plant today? Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes. Maybe it's going for a 15-minute walk. Maybe it's writing just 50 words of that book you've always wanted to write. It doesn't have to be a monumental change overnight. In fact, it's the small, consistent efforts that build the strongest foundations. Like Ryu, you might not see the results immediately. There will be days when you feel bored, tired, and unmotivated. But if you keep showing up, if you keep watering those seeds, a harvest is inevitable. Your future is not determined by some grand, heroic act you might do one day. It's determined by what you do today, and tomorrow, and the day after that. Your habits are the architects of your destiny. So, what are you building? Are you planting seeds that will one day feed your dreams? Or are you letting the weeds of inaction take over your garden? The choice is yours. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your life transform. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you build a better life. One habit at a time. See you in the next one.